No, I won't stop.
Hey guys, Lactress here, and I'm playing Beasts of Bermuda again, and we're on the server Karma. So I'd logged in a little bit before that, so I just got into the herd, and then we see these Acros coming up from over the hill. So it's just like, oh my gosh, okay. And I'm the only Appa. I'm about 1.2 growth, I believe. And I haven't had too much experience with fighting on an Appa, so it was quite fun. I learned a few tips, like how to curl the tail around and aim the tail. I didn't quite get how to do that before, but I had a bit of practice here because they kept trying to sneak up down the edge of that rock there to the side, which is why I'm a bit further up on the rock as well, because it helps to avoid them being able to hit me without me being able to defend. Had a bit of an issue with one of the Sais standing directly behind me, and so I kept whipping them by accident. But they were biting my feet. I had to whip. I couldn't just stand there and let them bite me because the Sais decided to stand in the way. Luckily, they managed to get up on the rock, and I didn't really do too bad damage to them. I don't think they survived. So that's what's important, really. I don't think I've ever seen quite so many attacks as I did this particular day. I have sped this up a little bit. I think it's ×2. Just because the fights did go on for a little bit longer than quite a while. They kept going and hiding in that cave there to heal while the others came out. So it took a while for them to give up or get two bodies. I think they killed a Para and some random Ori, but the Ori that they killed wasn't in our group. So we were a little bit confused on whether that actually did count towards ending the particular engagement because they weren't actually part of our herd. But they took it as ending it, and they left with those two gores. They were happy with that, so that was a good thing. But as that happened, we had a couple of Rexes turn up. So in a minute, when this fight's over, the Rexes are going to show up and trigger our second engagement with basically maybe a minute between the two, if that. They were already sniffing around us as we were just deciding had our engagement ended or not. So I had herd mates that were like, oh, I'm dying of thirst, or I'm hungry, I need plants. And I was like, well, you can't really go down, they will kill you. Anyway, I'll let you enjoy the rest of this particular bit, and wait until the Rex engagement. Alright, so here's where the Rexes decided that they were going to attack. Like, as you saw, I was in the middle of typing that they weren't even going to free call. They were just looking around, seeing what was happening, were we engaged or not, but they just went straight in and was like, okay, actually, yeah, we are going to attack. So, that was fun. So they're both quite big Rexes, these. One of them is 1.5 and one is 1.7. I asked them afterwards how big they were, so that was what the response was I got. So I'm a full combat apper. Like, I have few talents in survival, but I'm basically full combat. And I feel like I'm 3 out of 3 on everything on combat, with a couple of inherits on some. So I do decent damage, it's okay. And I believe through this entire encounter they maybe managed to actually bite me, maybe what, 4 or 5 times, but they don't really do that much damage to me. I mean, they keep saying in chat, oh, we know you're low on health. We know you're low, but if you see the thing in the bottom right corner of my screen with the little skeleton that's kind of really teal, pale green coloured, that's my health. And if that goes low, that means I'm low on health. And as you can see, it's full right now, and it basically stays full through this entire encounter. So I don't really know what they're talking about when they say that I was low on health. And apparently I was getting them both down to like half health when they would go and leave and go sit down to heal. So if I had followed them and not let them heal, I probably could have killed them, but I didn't really want to kill them. I wanted to kind of wait them out so that they'd leave, give up, which eventually they do. But I don't know if you noticed though, there was a little baby Rex there that we were trying to kind of get them to keep away so that our like smaller dinos could run in and try and get the baby down or force them to leave to protect the baby. But the baby had to leave for some reason, so they logged, which they shouldn't really have done because their pack's in the middle of combat with us, so it's counted really as a combat log. They should have waited until combat ended, or if they absolutely needed to go, they need to leave group, walk away, then log somewhere, not here. So again, this is giving me quite a good bit of practice, like learning to curl the tail and actually aim it. And this position here for an Appa is amazing. It makes defense a lot easier. Because it's hard for them to try and get at my sides, and that's what they want to do. They want to try and get to my side so that they can actually kill me. But with how this is, they're forced to go through my tail, which, when you're an Appa, you don't want to go through the tail. So I kept playing for a few hours after this on my Para and my Appa, depending on the time. And I think I've seen these 2 Rexes come back and try and attack us at least 3 times, at least twice after this. And the Acros that we saw at the very beginning, they came back at least 2 or 3 times as well, within just like a few hours. It was just like constant. As soon as their engagement timer of 30 minutes was up, they'd be back around. So we had a lot of activity today. Usually we do end up getting like an hour or 2 of peace sometimes, but today, nope. They were on us. They were looking to try and whittle our herd down. But we persevered. We managed to come through the other side without losing one of our dinos, so that's good. A couple of unlucky paras did die, which is quite sad, but I think they managed to revive them, so that's okay. Like, we had an issue a little while after this. We had another pack of, no, the same pack of Acros come back again, and we had an Appa climb up on the rock and whip and push a couple of unlucky paras off of the rock, which is not ideal because one of them did die from the full damage. But it happens. You need to be very careful. That's why if you are one of these small dinos on the rock and there's an appa there trying to defend, just give them room. But if they are going in a weird position where they are going to hit you, you need to be on the ball and be ready to move, because sometimes you have to angle your tail to try and protect the herd. So you can't just sit there and let the appa do all the work. You do need to kind of be a little proactive as well. What's happening? Be ready to move if need be. Because especially if your appa did for whatever reason die, that's only one body down. They're still going to climb up on that rock and try and kill someone else probably. So you do need to be on the ball and ready to move at the drop of a hat. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying watching this. I just thought you might enjoy the little excitement we had during the evening. I think this was, what time was this for me? This was like, I want to say about 4 in the morning. Yeah, something like that. About 4 in the morning for me, because I'm quite the night owl. Ah, there you go. You see the little message. And they're beginning to consider giving up here, I think. Like they're weighing their options. They're like, this isn't happening. We're not actually getting anywhere here, so they're gonna give up fairly soon. They do actually at one point start eyeing up some of these paras, but a lot of these actually logged on or joined the herd after engagement had started, so they're not really allowed to treat them as the same herd. So they couldn't go straight for them because they're still in engagement with us. So most of the people you see running down on the bottom there, they are not actually counted towards this. Yeah, you see one of them going down now. Oh, not yet. Soon. Very soon. There you go. There. Yeah. So we're just figuring out, are we done? Have they given up? And they had, so happy days. This isn't my best appa, it's maybe my second best currently. Full combat. It's okay. I kind of want to get more survival though. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you soon.